goes on media. This is Coming Out Stories. It's a podcast about one of the most important conversations of your life. I'm Emma Goswell. Time now for a bit of a celebrity edition of Coming Out Stories. You're going to hear now from Morgan McMichaels, one of the stars of Rupaul's Drag Race. You may want to put your headphones on for this one, though, because there is some strong language in it. So we're backstage somewhere in LA. Where are we?
We're backstage at Mickey's nightclub in Santa Monica Boulevard for Showgirls.
And who am I talking to?
Morgan McMichaels from Rupaul's Drag Race Season 2 and AllStars 3 and your wife.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I look forward to that.
Well, we did have an intimate meeting, didn't we?
Well, I don't remember that. How much tequila did I drink?
I don't know. You were steaming at your tits.
So I'd love to hear your coming out story. When was the first time you even questioned your own sexuality?
Well, when I was 14, I realized that something was different because I was more attracted to boys than girls. And then I went to a Catholic high school in Dumbarton in Scotland. And at that time, in '96, it was not as accepting as it is today. Being gay was kind of, I think I was the only gay in the village, a nod to the Little Britain boys. Yeah. But I was the only gay in the village. And when people picked on me so much, like you poof, you big, you big fairy. And before I accepted what I was, I kind of took that and got into a lot of fights because of it. Because again, we're from the UK and we don't put up with no shit, do we?
And presumably you hadn't even told anyone you were gay. They were just picking up on this because of the way you behaved.
My effeminate behavior, yeah. But I didn't even know what gay was really. And I think when Queer as Folk came out on Channel 4 originally, I'd seen it and I knew exactly what I was that. I knew exactly that's what I was. When Euro Trash with Jean-Paul Gaultier was on Channel 4, I knew that's what I was, but I didn't know what it was called. And being scared and living in Scotland, you don't speak on, at the time you didn't speak on your sexuality, and I had a girlfriend and all that shite.
Did you?
Aye.
Right, your Scottish accent comes out occasionally.
I'm steaming.
No, but that's fine. But how did you end up getting an American accent?
Well, because my mum's from America.
Okay.
So, Queer as Folk had come out, and I was in my 5th year of high school, and I just decided that I knew I was gay, and I just kind of told everyone, like, I'm gay, and I never asked for acceptance, because I don't think we do that in the UK. As British people, we don't ask for other people to accept who we are. We apologize for everything else in the world, but we don't apologize for who we are.
Had you accepted it in your own self, do you think?
Yeah, at that point I'd seen Queer as Folk, and I'd watched the movie Beautiful Thing on Channel 4 as well, and realized that I was gay. And so when I had come out, I didn't ask for acceptance, because that's not what we do as British people. We don't ask for people to accept who we are. We tell them.
Had you actually done anything about your sexuality at this stage? How old were you, and had you had a relationship?
I was 17 and I messed around with a boy from school, as you do. And, the way I was raised by my parents, you don't apologize for who you are or what you do. If you're wrong, then you apologize for that, and then it's good. But being gay was not something to apologize for.
So did you come out to everyone at school then?
I was the biggest poof in the Catholic school. All the nuns and priests hated me.
How do you know that? What did they say to you?
Well, I dyed my hair pink and I wore glitter and I was the biggest poof ever, and I didn't apologize for it. And one nun who passed away, Sister Ann Jane at Our Lady in St. Patrick's High School, God bless her soul, she told me God made me this way. She was that kind of nun. She was that real God-like woman.
She didn't even need Lady Gaga.
No, Lady Gaga wasn't even born, I don't think. But everybody else told me I was wrong and I was going to hell. And she pulled me aside one day and she told me, look, God made you this way. He made you fantastic. He made you creative. He made you a star. You're individual, and your star will shine, and I'll never forget it. And she's passed away from cancer, and I love her. But she was the best thing from Our Lady in St. Patrick's High School in Dumbarton that's ever happened, and I'll never forget the words she told me.
God bless her. So what was it like coming out to your family then? Was that a big deal?
Well, my mom is actually here in West Hollywood right now with us visiting.
I must just explain that we are backstage after your amazing drag show, Mickey's, and your mum has come all the way from Australia to watch you perform in California.
But my mom has always been a very strong woman, and she taught us kids to be very strong people and to not apologize for what we do or who we are. And if you're wrong, say you're fucking sorry. And if, you hurt people, don't do it intentionally. But you can't apologize for what God made you.
No, but what was that? Can you remember that initial conversation when you had to sit your mother down and go, listen, this is who I am?
Oh, well, I didn't have to sit my mom down. She actually sat me down.
Okay, tell me how the conversation went.
Right, so I was dating a girl and it ended, and she's like, look, I'm your mom. And I'm not a fucking idiot. I didn't come down with the last shower. So, do you have anything to tell me? And I was like, no. She's like, Thomas. That's my real name. Morgan McMichaels' His real name is Thomas.
I didn't even know.
She was like, Thomas, you can be honest. Tell me what's going on. And I was like, well, I think I might like boys. I think I might be bisexual. She was like, babe, you're not bisexual. You like boys. You're gay. And that was it. She told me I was gay, actually. Very stubborn Scottish woman.
She's a cool woman, right?
She's a cool woman, yes. And my younger sister's also lesbian.
Both of them?
Both of us, yeah.
Is that 3 out of 3? What's the
that's
percentage?
2 out of 3. Her youngest son is straight. But me and my younger sister are gay. So my mom was cool. My mom had gay friends in high school. Back in the 70s and 80s, she was the only fag hag. So she was cool with us being gay. We're very lucky. We're very lucky because a lot of parents believe in fairy tales, and they believe that the Bible that has been translated 300 times from Aramaic into English, 300 times at least. People add throughout the translations. And Jesus taught love. Jesus taught acceptance. He hung around with prostitutes, hookers, and lepers. So he would have been okay with the gays.
Do you think, through being through Rupaul's show and the personality that you've got now, do you think that the show has helped acceptance for gay people in some way?
Well, RuPaul did the song in what was it, 92, Supermodel of the World, and it kicked down a door, and it made people see her, and she was on the world stage as a drag queen. And then she came back and she did RuPaul's Drag Race, and it's kicked down another door, and I believe that she's catapulted our community as drag queens, as the LGBT, as just artists to a whole nother level. I mean, they just won 5 Emmys.
Extraordinary, right?
Right, and I'm so grateful to be a part of that movement, and I'll forever be ingrained in history as a Drag Race girl and the only Drag Race queen that's ever been from the UK. I'm actually born and bred from Britain. And I love Charlie Hides very much, but he's an American living in Britain. I'm a Brit living in America. There's a fucking difference.
But you've done so well in your life, and do you feel happy now? Do you feel happier now that you're out and living your dream?
When you come out, such a weight is lifted off your shoulders, and whether people are willing to accept it or not is really out of your control. And I feel like when you come out, and I'm sure you can attest, you find your tribe. You find the people that belong in your life. And we are born into our blood families, but it's the families that we get to choose. It's the people you call every day and the people you wake up in a pool of vomit next to. That's your family. Of course, I say that because we're British and you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about.
We've all been there.
Right. But our chosen family is our family. And being a drag queen and getting to perform with the most amazing entertainers in the world, this is my family. We fight. I fight with Raven and Trinity and Mariah all the time. But these are our family members, and we would, if someone fucked with them, you would fucking knock the cunt right out of the bastard.
There you go. I did warn you about the strong language, but thank you so much to Morgan for speaking to me backstage in the very early hours of what would it have been? A Tuesday morning in Los Angeles. Please do subscribe wherever you get your podcasts from. We'd also love to hear from you on Twitter. You can find us there at Come Out Stories. I'm Emma Goswell, and Coming Out Stories is a What Goes On media production. In the next episode, you'll hear from Liran, an Israeli lesbian. She took years to come out and tried dating men as well. She also found out she has a gay sister.
Basically, he kind of represented everything I was looking for in a relationship. But I realised I had feelings for her and not for him. I think that was kind of like the breaking moment for me where I was like, okay, I get it now.